Taurus, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly horoscope for August 2021. Now, before I begin, for those of you who are watching me for the first time, I want you to know that I do daily video horoscopes on my YouTube channel that you can watch. I do weekly video horoscopes, and I also do monthly sun, rising sign horoscopes just like this one. And you can watch all of them. And I also request you to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, so that you can be notified every time I post a video. Now, before we get into the month of August, I've also made a long-term energy reading video for you, Taurus. Now, these are the long-term energies in your chart. Say things like where Saturn is, where Neptune is, where Uranus is, and what all that means for you. See, energies do change month to month, day to day, week to week. But there's certain themes that can stay with us for years. Now that video talks about those themes. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the month of August for you, Taurus. Now, I would say watch your rising sign first and then your sun sign. And this is for Taurus rising and Taurus sun. All right, so let's get into the chart. And the month of August is an extremely intense month astrologically. It begins with a lot of oppositions. Saturn opposes the Sun, it opposes Mercury, and the beginning will require us to make changes, to adjust things. It can be a period of time where we are asked to take decisions. So the beginning in August is stressful. Okay, and in this video I'm going to go over the highlights for the month of August. If you want a more detailed breakdown, you can watch my dailies or weeklies. So let's talk about the first important event, and that is the new moon in Leo on 8th August. And a new moon is a new beginning, right? We are beginning a new lunar month, and for the next lunar month, for the next 30 days, beginning on August 8th, we will be focused on working on this new beginning. All right. And for you, Taurus, this new beginning is happening in your 4th house. So the sun and the moon are going to conjunct at 16 degrees of Leo, which is your 4th house. So this new beginning for you will be about your deepest emotions, your family, your closest friends, your foundation, your roots, your ancestors, even property, where you live, physical location. So this is a new beginning in that area. Now, Taurus, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This new beginning might feel a little challenging. And that is because Saturn is in the opposite sign of Leo, Aquarius, right? It is opposing this beginning. Not the orb is vast, yes, it's a 7-degree orb, but the energy is still in opposition to Saturn. And Saturn is a planet of hard work, decisions, discipline. It is also a planet of delays and disappointments. So while you try to make this new beginning in your home, in your family, in your foundation, in your physical home as well, your deepest emotions as well, it may feel like, okay, this is not an easy beginning. It may feel like, okay, why is this feeling so hard? That kind of energy might come about, or it might even get delayed. So that's something that's happening on 8th August. And it's not just for you, Taurus. For everybody, the new moon is going to be in opposition to Saturn, right? And another manifestation of this can be that we're asked to decide something before we take that new beginning. Saturn is decisions. What is the decision Saturn is asking so that I can allow you to make this new beginning? It could also be, if the beginning is getting delayed, it could also be Saturn is asking you, what work is left to be done? What more do you need to do? That's Saturn energy, right? So this new moon can feel difficult. And I will break down the entire energy in detail in my new moon video that you can watch. But overall, generally speaking, this new moon can feel challenging. Now, the second thing is that Mercury is going to enter the sun, is going to change signs, and that happens on August 11th. So let me change the chart for you guys so that you can see this. Give me a moment. Okay, there we go. Now Mercury has entered your fifth house, right? It's left your fourth house and it's entered your fifth house. And Mercury is our mind, it's our mental energy, it's communication, it's learning, it's also our health, it's our job, it's our habits, it's our diet, it's our exercise, it's a lot of things. And when Mercury changes houses, changes signs, our mental energy, our thinking, our thought processes, our communication, our routines change in certain ways. Now, for you, Taurus, it's entered your fifth house, right? So, a lot of your mental energy, a lot of your communication, a lot of your day to day routine, and all that will concern fifth house matters or will be influenced by fifth house matters. And what are those? Those are love, romance, children, having fun, hobbies. So mentally, you're going to be thinking about these things, you're going to be communicating about these things. Or these things will be influencing your routine, influencing your job as Mercury moves through the sign of Virgo. And soon after this, on August 15th, we'll have the first quarter square of the moon. Okay. Now, this is a point where the sun and the moon are going to make their first 90-degree angle, right, after the new moon. Now, this is a point where we will begin to face some sort of obstacles and challenges which will require us to make adjustments in connection to the new moon that happened on August 8th. The new beginning that happened in your fourth house, Taurus, on August 8th, which can feel challenging because Saturn is opposing it. At this point on August 15th, you will be asked to make certain adjustment, certain changes connected to that new beginning. Solve problems connected to that new beginning. And the whole week till the full moon, which is on August 22nd, this will be the focus of the week. All right. Then on August 16th, Venus is going to enter the sign of Libra. All right. Now this means it's going to leave your fifth house and enter your sixth house, right? And Venus is a benefic. It gives gifts. It brings blessings. It is also a planet that makes us more receptive to matters of that house, right? So up until August 16th, you will be very receptive to, or you might have received some sort of blessings or gifts connected to your fifth house, right? Because Venus has been in your fifth house and will be till August 16th. And so until then, you might have been more receptive to and received gifts connected to your love, romance, children, hobbies, creativity, etc. But now on August 16th, it's going to enter your sixth house. And then the gifts and the blessings and the receptivity will be towards your health, your job, your day-to-day routine, habits, diet, exercise, all sixth house things till August 30th. So these 15 days, starting August 16th to August 30th, that's going to be the focus. And when I say August 16th, give or take a day, because it depends on where you are at in the world, right? So that can change up. And now moving on to August 19th, right? Uranus, Taurus, is going to go retrograde, and it is in your sign, and it will be in your sign till 2026, which means that there's still a lot of time for it to go, right? Now, Uranus going retrograde on August 19th means that all outer planets are retrograde. I'll explain what that means as well. We have Saturn retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Jupiter retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Chiron retrograde, and now Uranus has joined them. And when planets are retrograde, they are covering area that they've already covered in the past, which means the past comes back. We review the past, and the goal is to review the past from a different perspective. This is also a period that can bring us rewards from the past for the work that we've put in, right? And as Uranus goes retrograde, a lot of planets go retrograde at this point, which means now we're reviewing a lot of the work that we did in the past. And Uranus is in your first house, and wherever Uranus is, it wants us to become our unique self. That's what Uranus wants. And wherever it is in the chart, through that house, it will help us in becoming our unique self. So in your first house, that's what it's doing, helping you become your unique self through you. First house is you, your identity. And Uranus is unpredictable. So it can bring things into your life, get rid of things. And the purpose of that is to help you become your unique self. Right? And when it goes retrograde, you will be reviewing things connected to the first house, where Uranus has been working, which is your identity, who you are, your appearance even, how you present yourself to the world, your leadership skills, all that, everything that is you. And on August 22nd, let me move the chart to August 22nd, and we have the full moon in Aquarius. Now this is a special full moon. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Give me a moment. Move up the chart. Okay, there. Now, hang on. Let me change this. Okay, that's more like it. So we have a full moon in Aquarius, and the reason this full moon is special because even last month we had a full moon in Aquarius. And typically we'll have like one full moon in a sign, right, in a year. But this year we're having 2 full moons in Aquarius, and that's a big deal. So let me place the moon on the chart for you. The full moon's at 29 degrees of Aquarius. So it's going to be here. This place, I know the moon in this chart is at 25, but it's, oh, hang on. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be at 29 degrees of Aquarius. Now, a full moon is when the sun and the moon oppose each other, right? And a full moon is a point where we can see things clearly. It's an intense energy as well. It's a point of completions, of culminations, of understanding things more clearly. So that's what a full moon is. And the full moon here, Taurus, is happening in your 4th and 10th house, meaning this full moon is highlighting your home, your family, your foundation, your physical home, your deepest emotions, your closest friends on one hand, and your career on the other hand. That's what is coming to light with this Taurus. And this full moon will also, like I said, it's a completion point, culmination point, an understanding point. So what are we understanding at this full moon? While it's highlighting these 2 areas of your life, it's also helping you understand the new beginning that you had on August 8th in your 4th house that we spoke about. That's one. The second thing goes back to about Feb of this year and even December of 2020, right? There was a new beginning. And here is 0 degrees of Aquarius. Aquarius is your 10th house, Taurus. There was a new beginning for you in your career around Feb and even December. And this full moon will bring more clarity to what that beginning was for you. Okay? So that's August 22nd. And on the same day, if I move up the chart, the sun's going to leave the sign of Leo and enter the sign of Virgo. Which means for the past 30 days up until August 22nd, it was illuminating and bringing to focus your home, your family, your foundation, your deepest emotion, all 4th house things. But now it's moving into your 5th house on August 22nd. And for the next 30 days, your focus is going to be, or rather the sun's going to illuminate the house of children, creativity, love, romance, and fun. Alright, and this is also a good news in general because the sun in Leo, although the sun loves Leo, right? It rules Leo. It is opposing Saturn when it's in Leo. So when the sun moves into the sign of Virgo, the pressure will begin to ease off. So that's that. And then on August 30th, Mercury is going to leave your 5th house and enter your 6th house. And now your mental energy, your communication, your focus, all that will be about your job and your health. That will be the mental focus for you. Job, health, day-to-day routine, habits, things like that. And on August 30th, we have the last quarter square beginning as well. And up until the new moon in September for the next 1 week, starting August 30th, 1 week, 8 days, 9 days, the focus will be a release process, a letting go process of the new beginning that happened in your 4th house on August 8th. So you're going to be assessing and reviewing what about that beginning, which happened in my home, family, foundation, deepest emotions, can come with me to the next month. What needs to go? That'll be the process for the whole week. And that's your basic astrology horoscope this month. Now, if you want to know where Saturn is, what that means, where Jupiter is, what that means, same with Neptune, Chiron, Uranus, I have already put out or will put out very shortly a long-term video, long-term energy video that talks about all these energies, right? And I also want to mention that this chart is for a 0-degree Taurus, right? 0-degree rising Taurus. Now, if you're a 28-degree Taurus, you might resonate more with a Gemini reading, right? And this is a very general overview. And if you have some big houses, some small houses, that'll throw this reading off. So keep in mind that this is a general reading, but you have to know where the planets are in your chart for you. Okay. So now I will pick a card for you and then we'll close out the reading, Taurus. Okay, I'm gonna go with the top card for you. It says time for a nap. I think this is referring to the fact that this month, perhaps Taurus, for you, it's an easier month. It's a month where perhaps you can take some time out to have some fun, because there's a lot of 5th house focus. 5th house is fun. 5th house is indulging in your hobbies, doing creative things, perhaps taking it easy a little bit. Because there's a lot of focus on your house of career, right? Like Saturn is there in your house of career, asking you to work very hard on it. Jupiter is there as well. The focus of the full moon is your career. So a lot of focus on your career, but in the midst of that, perhaps take out time to have some fun, relax, rejuvenate yourself, because the 4th house is the house of the moon, right? And what is this card? It's the moon. So although you have all this intense energy, the universe is saying, hey, listen, take care of yourself, rest a little, take it easy this month. So that's the vibe for you, that yes, it's intense, you have to work hard in your career, that's what is being highlighted, but nurture yourself. 4th house is self-care as well. Take a nap. And that's all I'm going to leave you with. And again, that long-term video that I spoke about in my last month's horoscope should be out or will be out very soon. So you can watch that for the long-term energies in your chart. And I hope you have a great month, Taurus. I will see you in one of my other videos. I do daily horoscopes, weekly horoscopes, and monthly horoscopes. And you can watch all of them on my YouTube channel. Bye.